All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful, I don't even know what day today is, guys. A Thursday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray that you and your family are super dang blessed. Because today, we are going to be getting into the juiciest technical analysis that you could possibly imagine as Bitcoin is coming down to the VWAP, as the S&P 500 is getting a bounce and a rejection. Okay, we're going to be getting into this, guys. We're going to be looking at the order flow here as Bitcoin is trying to bounce from VWAP right now. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to BM. How much time left of that speech? Shout out to Moon Chicken LFG. Shout out to Long the Revolution. Shout out to Terry T's. Like smashed. Alright, guys. You know what? Is Jerome Powell speaking today? I thought he was. But now I don't know. Did he speak already? Shout out to Houston in the chat. Shout out to Audi Trades Cup and Handle forming. Hopefully we get a test of the 29.1 to 29.3 and print the 4-hour bearish divergence. Shout out to Graphics. He says, woohoo! Shout out to Crypto Poppy. Shout out to 10 Pence. Shout out to Long the Revolution. Chihoo! Shout out to this name I will not try to pronounce, but looking pretty buff there, bro. Looking pretty jacked. Oh, he already spoke? Dang. Alright. Okay. Shout out to Trader Geo. He's short from 28,800. Am I short from 28,800? Not quite. I shorted the loss of the local CDW. I took a whole bunch of scalps all day. This is my 5th Bitcoin short today. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens as Bitcoin continues to trade this local range here. Just start waiting to see what happens. Shout out to Ian Diaz. And shout out to Crypto Coons. What is going on? I thought Gary was talking today. Yeah, you know what? I looked on ForexFactory.com this morning, guys. And I could have sworn I saw Jerome Powell speaking at 2 p.m. But, now that I look, I don't see it. I just don't see it, man. It looks like he already spoke. So, the title of my video is wrong. The title of my video is wrong, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, because if you guys know anything about the way I trade, I honestly don't give a crap. But I was hoping, if people are speaking or what, but I was hoping we'd get some crazy volatility today. But I guess that's just not the case. Alrighty. Well, I'm about to get stopped out of a long trade on the S&P 500. So let's take a quick look at it. About to get stopped out of this long on the SPX, baby. Alright, already locked in some profits on it. No need to fret. Alright, no need to fret. I've already locked in some juicy ones. But, yeah, about to get stopped out. Alright, let's see what happens. Still long from lower. Alright. Guys, if we can get 1,257 likes during the stream, we will be giving away 500 USDT. Alright, so let's see if we can't get those likes. Alright, so let's get into the Bitcoin price action. And we'll see if Jerome Powell does anything. Alright, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do anything. Alright, he got... Oh, wow, he got shut down by protesters. He spoke and there was no interest rate decision. Interesting. Okay, so the news is coming out in the chat. He already spoke. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright. Nice. Okay, well, in that case, guys, we're gonna be jumping right into this Bitcoin price action here. Okay. Bitcoin price action. So right now, Bitcoin is still trading within this little sideways range. Alright. And after hitting that major high, we have basically been trading with a pretty clearly defined low right around here. And I would say our new pretty clearly defined high is right around here at around 28.8. Right? We actually hit that high once, twice, 3 times. Now, something that we really need to be paying attention to right now on the Bitcoin chart is the fact that just by looking at this chart right now, okay, if we ignore the wick, there is still nothing bearish about this market structure, okay? Even right here, we have not yet made a lower low, okay? We have not made a lower low, all right? Let's take it back down to this low, right? We have not yet made a lower low. So technically, there is nothing bearish about this right here, okay? Now, earlier this morning, we came down to the value area low of the range. This is one of the areas we were looking for a long setup from. And when we came down to the value area low of the range, guess what? When we take a look at market Cipher B, we got a bullish divergence as we poked literally right into the level. All right, like if we take a look at the chart that I share here in my in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, the long setup was given from the green box. And I mean, they say TA don't work, man, but would you look at that wick right into the green box? Okay, and as we dipped into the green box, we were seeing the very bullish looking Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern. The price was getting lower into the green box. SBF, the hair was getting higher over time. We could see the man boobs getting higher over time. The money flow getting higher over time. The green nipples getting higher over time. And that has given us a move to the top now of this range. Now, why are we getting a little rejection right here? Personally, guys, I expect we are going to see higher. I'm expecting that we see a little bit higher here, all right? But the reason why we're getting this move to the downside right now is because if we take a look locally at the 6-minute time frame, all right, two very important things have happened here. All right, thing number one is that we got to move up into the 786 Fibonacci. All right, so we came up to the area between the golden pocket and the 786 Fibonacci. We got a rejection from the 786 right here. All right, right here we got a rejection from the 786. And then look at this. This is where it becomes important. We took out that high. And look at market Cipher. All right, money flow and momentum waves getting lower, giving us the bearish Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern. All right, in fact, look at this. All right, we're gonna do some surgery here. All right, check this out. We superimpose SBF over market Cipher, and we can see that they perfectly match. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, this is called a chicken's drinking water pattern. A chicken's drinking water pattern. Why is it called a chicken's drinking water pattern? Well, it's because price makes a high, and then it takes the high and then dumps it. Okay, now when you see this pattern happen with the Sam Bankman-Fried pattern, you can take the short when we lose the level, right? So take a look here. We knocked into the 786. As soon as we lost that level with the bearish divergences, I just mark it short, okay? Now, there's actually been a lot of CDWs today. Actually shorted all of these little CDWs. These little baby ones here. 1, 2, 3. All right? For a few wins and a loss. But now that we're at the 786, this one's turned out to be a little bit juicier. Now, we are currently coming down to the VWAP. All right? That is an area of support throughout the day. You can see we're holding support. Now, if we come down a little bit lower, we have the Fibonacci golden pocket coming in right at the point of control of the range, okay? So I would still expect another high to be put in here. If we come down to this area and then reclaim VWAP, I'm still expecting another high to be put in, okay? I'm still expecting another high to be put in. The reason why is because if we look at our 24-minute time frame here on Bitcoin, we are not seeing anything too bearish. Right? This does not look bearish to me. This is not bearish to me. The 24-minute money flow getting thick. All right? The momentum waves getting higher over time. This tells me we can expect another high to be put in, which is why I have not closed out of this. Have not closed out of this trade here. And I've got some TPs set at the next major areas of resistance. All right? Now, we have to be very careful here. If we're just going to look at the daily time frame, Actually, let's go to the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. Like I said before, this right here is not necessarily bearish market structure. Even though we came up to a very important area of resistance, which was this right up here, right? The granddaddy master plan that I have had on Bitcoin to short 30,000, right? Basically, to take a short from right around this zone right here. All right, I've had this plan for a long time, but when we came up to here, not necessarily super bearish looking. So the reason why we need to be careful here is because there is still room for upside. There is still room for upside. And on Coinbase and other spot exchanges, we have not yet actually taken the liquidity from that very key level, right around that $30,400 level, right? On Coinbase, we have yet to grab this liquidity here. What does that mean? In my opinion, it means we could really see another push to the upside. And when we get that next push to the upside, we need to be looking at our 4 hour time frame, because the 4 hour time frame right now is absolutely being set up for a juicy, gnarly, bearish divergence. All right. So we really need to be aware of revisiting this high with a continued drive of bearish divergence. And that, my friends, that could give us what we're looking for, okay? And I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, all right? I'm not. I just had a discussion with Bitcoin Hyper. Shout out to Bitcoin Hyper. All right, I just had a discussion with him where he was also looking for a bearish move to the downside. His was based on Elliott Wave. Now, I'm no Elliott Waveologist here, all right? But you don't have to be an Elliott Waveologist to see. I'm not even going to try and draw an Elliott Wave here. I'm going to use a path. You don't have to be an Elliott Waveologist to see 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Hang on. See, I'm no Elliott Waveologist. All right, let's see. Let's see here. The 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a 1, 2, 3 correction. All right? You have to be an Elliott Waveologist to see that we have a pretty intense 5-wave structure. We have an A, we have a B, and then we're looking for a lower C. All right? The more Jayson Casper way to do it, you know, is simply just to say we have ourselves on this chart right now a very large head and shoulders pattern. And the place that's most likely to reject on a head and shoulders is that area in between the Fibonacci 618 and the 786. Okay? The 618 and the 786. Why the 618 and the 786? Well, because when we're dealing with Fibonacci retracements, the two most popular places where all the cheerleaders, all the jocks, all the cool kids, all the hot chicks that will never go out with you, they all like to get their lower high from this area between the golden pocket and the 786. All right? Now, we did not hit this level yet on Coinbase. So we need to be aware that if we start to pump up here, people are going to get very bullish. People are going to say, you know what? The fake news, let's just ignore this wick. Bitcoin's still in an uptrend. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. We're going to come right into resistance. Guys, and when we do, all right, the daily time frame is going to be printing a bearish divergence. The 4 hour time frame is going to be printing a bearish divergence. The 1 hour time frame could very well be printing massively bearish divergences. In fact, if we look at the money flow on the 1 hour time frame, we can already see money flow is starting to come out. So depending on when this happens, right, the next few days, next week or something, all right, we need to be prepared for a revisit of those highs, okay? And if we take that high on Coinbase, then we need to be looking for a new low to be put in, all right, below 24/7, all right, somewhere below this area right here, okay? So yeah, this could be a very intense, very beautiful 20% short to the downside, all right, 20% short to the downside, and depending on where we get our entry in, it could also be a very good risk to reward ratio, right? It could be a very good risk to reward ratio swing trade, right? So that's what we need to be aware of on Bitcoin right now, at least on the in the immediate. I would say in the immediate. Now, right now, there's a few things I'm looking at as well on Bitcoin. right? We'll put back on some of our analysis here. But something else that we need to be paying attention to is the fact that we have been building liquidity underneath these lows. All right, we know that people have stop losses underneath here, okay? And now people have their stop losses underneath this wick, and they definitely also have them underneath here, including myself. In fact, I'm in some longs now. And my stop losses are my entries are around that area. My stop loss is under that area. Okay? So if we get a big drop to the downside here, right, we could find support. We could get a fake out to the downside and then get the pump. All right, fake out to the downside and then get the pump. So this is something I'm really looking out for a potential long trade, and also something I'm looking for a potential short trade on Bitcoin, right? And it really depends on what happens within this little area here. Let's not forget the importance of 28K, all right? 28K is not just a liquidity grab, right? 28K is literally the high volume node of the entire range here, right? So a fake out to the downside of this thing would, in my opinion, could give us that last push to the upside, right? This is a very, very important support resistance flip. Now something else, if we take our golden pocket from the tip of that wick to our current low, I would say be very much so aware of potentially getting a rejection from one of these fib levels, either the 0.5, the 618, or the 786, because if Bitcoin makes a lower high and we see some kind of bearish absorption, that could also be a beautiful opportunity to take a short from a lower high, right? But we would need to really see some kind of bearish divergence on the order flow. The juicier scenario would honestly just be let Coinbase also take the high and then shove it back down. All right. So we're back to our 15-minute time frame, guys. And here's the thing. We are at VWAP right now. We are currently finding support on the VWAP. If we can hold VWAP, I think we could make another high here. If we lose VWAP, my next take profit, 28,415, and then back down to the low of the range. Right, my next TP, 28,415, and then 28,100 on this short trade. All right, if it gets stopped at the entry, so be it. I've already made a profit. All right, and I'm still holding longs from lower. I'm actually holding multiple longs from lower here. So let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All right, I want to take a look now at the S&P 500 and the dollar. All right, the S&P 500 right now, this is the ES mini futures chart. We are also trading a sideways range. We have come down to the value area low of this range. Now, let's keep in mind the broader context of what's happening with SPX. We go to the daily time frame, and what do we see here? We see that we had been trading within this very large sideways range. Just like kind of what happened with Bitcoin, we had a head and shoulders pattern here, and we had a whole bunch of people short the breakdown of the head and shoulders. They shorted right into a juicy level of support. This is how actually we were able to long in the Casper crew the SPX from that level. And guys, this is starting to look a little bit scary, but I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at here. So the fact that we lost this very important support at around 43.67, right? We lost it, we backtested it bearishly, found a bottom, then we put in a higher high, we backtested it bullishly, put in a lower high, and now we're getting another move to the downside. This is not really the sign of strength that we would want to see here, okay? It's not really. So for me, my last hope for the SPX right now is coming down to this box of support for potentially putting in a higher low and continuing with a reversal to the upside. Right here, around 42.87 on the ES mini futures chart, we've got ourselves a Fibonacci golden pocket, the 786, we've got a daily order block. Look at this, daily order block right here. This little purple candle, all right? And we've technically now changed market structure, even though we're below value area low again. This, to me, still hints at bullishness, all right? We made a higher high. Now let's see if we can make a higher low and then come up to the top of our range. All right, this is really my last hope for the bullish scenario here. If we don't get this, then we have to be honest with the fact that, yeah, we could come down much lower, potentially to the 40-70 area, where we have our next major little chunk of liquidity here. And then honestly, I'd be looking to take these lows and potentially even lower, right? But we have to take it step by step. So for right now, this is still my plan. This is still what I'm looking for. All right, we did get a little bounce from the value area low locally right now. Let's see if we get another push down with some more bullish divergences. Now, the market cipher B on the daily, I have to say, this money flow looks very sad. This is not what you would want to see if you're expecting or looking for more upside, right? That is not what you would want to see. The 4 hour was looking kind of good with the money flow, all right? If we don't hold this level, guys, I'm going to lose my bullish bias, honestly, because this is the make it or break it zone right here. Okay, this is the make it or break it zone. Now, remember, keep in mind, the reason why I'm looking for longs here in the first place is not because I'm super bullish, but it's because I would love to take a juicier short, right? I would love to take a short trade from basically grabbing this high up here from January 2022 with an extremely bearish divergence on the weekly time frame, right? Something like this. Something like this, where the money flow is getting lower. Basically the bearish upside down Sandbank McFreed Manbu pattern on the ES. That could make for a beautiful swing short, you know? I mean, who knows? Who knows how low we could see this come? Maybe this could lead to the capitulation that will bring us into our next bull market, our next chunk of QE by the FED. Some QE by the FED. You know, if we go to WAR, that will just turn on the printing press. We might get a big capitulation wick down to the golden pocket. See Bitcoin dump down to the low of its range, right? See the S&P 500 put in a new low. Everybody gets super dang bearish. And then all of a sudden, the printing press is turned on. Who knows, guys? I don't know. But we have to be prepared for scenarios, all right? How's Bitcoin doing here? She's doing all right. How's she doing? She's doing all right. She's doing all right, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got about 900 people in here, about 300 likes. Guys, if we can get 1,257 likes, we'll be giving away 500 USDT. Shout out to everybody who realizes the title's wrong. Yeah, I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake. Can we take a look at ETH? We could take a look at ETH. Yeah, we could. Shout out to Medic Money. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Frankie Candle. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. He just shorted gold. You took the gold short, bro? J-Boy Bullish just shorted gold. Let's take a look at gold. Oh, snap. Gold right now, guys, coming up to the value area high of the range. J-Boy Bullish just took a short on gold. Let's take a look at gold. Man, gold is looking not so bearish on the 4 hour. Let's see what happens here. We are coming up right now to the golden pocket and the value area high of the range. Guys, I am interested in shorting gold if we can take out the highs at 1985. All right, I would be interested in that. Let's go to our 1 hour and see what's going on at the golden pocket. J-Boy Bullish, I hope this works out for you, my friend. You know we're at a golden pocket, so you probably will. And the 24-minute looks pretty good, honestly, for a potential short on gold. But for me, I would like to wait a little bit here because I see something for gold, which is basically the value area high and these highs. Just a nice little stop hunt liquidity grab before another move to the downside here on our favorite precious metal that we love to stack in the woods, hidden in a special place that only we know about. But yeah, gold looking pretty nice. In fact, I do have to say, I actually really like this gold chart here because I do think that we have some nice potential potential places to look for gold to move. Now, personally, I've never traded gold. I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to get into it right now. But look at this. We've got ourselves a nice sideways range. A beautiful sideways range. And this is actually a pretty nice bottom, in my opinion, right? Because we were making a high, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, bam, higher high, right? So now let's look for a higher low to be put in, right? I would like to see a higher low put in. And a beautiful place to do that is right down here around the golden pocket. We have a really nice zone down here. It's a pretty big zone. But look at this. Lots of liquidity to be taken, not only under these lows, but all this. So imagine if we just get another little push up, some bearish divs, get a nice little drop, come back down to retest this beautiful support resistance flip. And man, if we get a move back down to this box, I think I would probably go for the gold on that one, guys. I think I would probably go for the gold on that one. But, you know, I've never traded gold before. I'm no goldologist. All right. It's just my thoughts on the gold chart. But, yeah, we can take a look at some other cryptos as well. Take a look at some other cryptos. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Divine Hood. The government probably knows the hiding place. Yeah, I hope they don't know where I'm hiding my gold out in the woods. Underground. Yeah, no one knows about that, man. No one knows about that. Shout out to Sarath VS. Shout out to Tanal Olesk. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Divine Hood. Gold is going to keep pumping hard if this WAR escalates. Yeah, so maybe I won't get that opportunity, you know. But I'm not trying to, well, here's the thing. I'm not even joking about the gold in the woods. But, so I technically hold gold on spot. But, yeah, who knows if we'll get an opportunity, right? It seems like the opportunity already happened and I missed it, so heck no am I going to be buying gold or longing gold here. Even if it keeps pumping, this is just not a good opportunity for me. You know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know, long gold up here. Let's go to a 12-minute time frame and take a look. Let's look at gold on a lower time frame. Looks like we're trading in some kind of ascending channel here. Actually, it looks like we're kind of, yeah, we're trading in somewhat of an ascending channel on gold here. Let's kind of see how this goes. In general, this is actually pretty well respected here. It's actually pretty well respected. Yeah, so that could be interesting. That actually is kind of interesting. I mean, if we're feeling super bullish on gold. Ooh! Actually, yeah, if we're feeling super bullish on gold, look at this. Come down to the low of the channel, the high volume node, the golden pocket. That could be a local kind of thing. I'm not saying I'm going to take that, guys. I've literally never traded gold in my life here. Right, I'm just doing analysis. I'm a Bitcoin trader. Alright, I'm primarily a Bitcoin trader. Speaking of the corn, let's just take a quick look here at the chart and pull a fib. Dang, don't you hate when your entry is like in between the golden pocket and the 786? That typically happens, huh? We'll just be a little bit more cautious with it here. Shout out to South Africa. Shout out to Samuel S. Shout out to Tosif Nadim. He says ETH. Yeah, we'll take a look at ETH. We'll take a look at ETH. Can we look at XO? Yeah, we'll take a look at XO. Let's take a look at XO. Alright, so XO, we came down to the VWAP. I had a whole bunch of longs opening up here, actually. Wow. We had a whole bunch of longs opening up. Okay, so we have about 3.5 million longs longing the VWAP. We had a few shorts short the VWAP. They're now out of their positions. So we have shorts wrecked, we have longs opening up, we have some fresh longs coming in here. 3.3 million longs, about 4 million longs right here. We don't have any kind of bearish CVD divergences here. We had a lot of shorts wrecked. Oh, here's something else, the CDW that we got. Right, not only did we have 6-minute bearish divergence, but when we hit this high up here, when we hit the high, we also saw a massive decrease of open interest, right? When you take out a high like that and you see the open interest decrease like this, that's an unsustainable move. When you have that combined with market Cipher B divergences, that's a beautiful confluence. That really is a beautiful confluence. All right, let's take a look at ETH. Let's take a look at Ethereum here. All right, we're going to update our volume profile. All right, so Ethereum, guys, has come down to the value area low of the range. All right, so this is the 12-minute time frame. This is a very, very local kind of market structure that we're looking at here. All right, if we zoom out, we can see a little bit more market structure. All right. But locally, we can see that we came down to the low of the range yesterday. Now we're at the point of control. If we can hold above this point of control, it becomes very probable that we will make it up to 1585. And there's a few fibs we could pull here. First, from the high that we put in on Monday to the low. But secondly, I'd say it's completely valid to pull a fib from this first lower high. And so, yeah, if we're going to keep trading this range, we can obviously be looking for local resistance, right? Scalp trades right up in here, all right? Around 1585. If we take a look at the volume that's traded in this little zone here, all right? We've got ourselves a nice high volume node right in here. We've got the Fibonacci golden pocket. We've got the 786, and we've got the value area high right in this little green box. So if we see another push up on Ethereum like this to the high of the range, and if we're seeing bearish divergences here continue to form on the 1 hour time frame, especially if we see them on the 24-minute time frame, guys, like we get another little push up like this, right? That could make for a little scalperoni. Now, personally, I'm not really interested in shorting ETH from this local range. I would rather go to a higher term time frame here. Right, I would rather go to a higher term time frame and look for just a juicier trade in general. Right, a juicier trade in general. So look at our 4 hour time frame here. Same thing as Bitcoin, right? We put in this high on Monday, but we didn't get any bearish divergences here. All right. If we come back up to the top of this larger range into the Fibonacci golden pocket right around 1676-ish, we could see that very bearish divergence start to form on the 4 hour time frame. All right, and if we take a look at the larger context of this, all right, look at that. It's a very nice area of confluence. Okay, and it would make sense. It would just continue on with the market structure to take a short from 1675, because ETH has been in bearish market structure since April. High, low, lower high, lower low. Is this our lower high? So we could look for a lower low. And so it makes sense to be looking for a short on the retest right now, in keeping with the trend, right? In my opinion, this is still potentially looking to short the rise. All right, this is the daily market cipher. We could definitely see another little move to the downside here. Red wave starting to print. Money flow getting a little bit lower. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for. At least on ETH, there's some potential local trades to take. I would be holding out for something a little bit juicier, to be honest with you. And if we zoom out here and we go to a higher term time frame, right? Where's my target? Just like for Bitcoin, right? Just like for Bitcoin, I am targeting below the March low. Same thing for ETH, right? Look at this. Golden pocket, value area low of the range, liquidity, bam. At least, I would say, if we get into that local kind of trade from here, right? If we get confirmations up in this place, my target would be, first target, 1360. That could be a very, very nice trade. I mean, we're talking like conservatively a 5-to-1 risk reward for our first TP on the swing trade. That could be really nice. You know, that could be really nice. We have a lot of confluence down there. That could be really nice. We do have the confluences down there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got about 895 people in here, 400 likes. Shout out to Sir Munchalots. You were looking at the inverted head and shoulders on the gold 12 hour. I didn't, yeah, I guess we do have an inverted head and shoulders. Let's check it out. Let's check out the inverted head and shoulders on gold. I guess that is what I was looking at, in a sense. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. Let's check it out. So we've got ourselves shoulder. Let's say that we put in a slightly higher high here, and then we're looking for our right shoulder for the break. So if this is going to be the case, right? Where would we look? Yeah, I guess I was looking at an inverted head and shoulder without even knowing it was a head and shoulder. Yeah, yep. Yeah, so if gold gets that move down, guys, definitely. That area is kind of nice looking. But I guess I was looking a little lower, right? I was looking at 1776. Let's see. Are we looking at something a little bit bigger here? We're looking at something like this. $17.76. The year of the new Atlantis. Is that what we're looking at? I mean, you could make the case we've already hit it. It looks very bullish. Looks like we've already hit it. But yeah, it would be really nice to come down just a smidge lower to 1776, the year of the new Atlantis. When is the Fed? Bro, I don't know. I thought it was at 2, and now it turns out it already happened. So I'm like, I'm flopping and groping here, guys. I'm flopping and groping. All right. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. What's going to happen with the corn? I would say this about Bitcoin, right? Very locally here, we go down to a lower time frame, like the 6-minute. We could say that we have a little bit of a change. We have our first lower low. So if we put in another lower high, then we're looking down toward eventually 28,100. That's going to be target numero uno. And then if we don't hold that, we could obviously come much lower. Let's see who's in the chat here. Shout out to RD. Why does S&P have so much volatility when Jerome was talking? Because he opens his mouth and the markets move, baby. That's just how it works. Welcome to the Flop and Grope Show, y'all. Yeah, there are many speakers. later. Yeah, I saw that as well. I guess I was looking at the wrong thing. Maybe when I loaded up the website, I was looking at last month. I might have been looking at September 19th or whatever. Yeah, but he already spoke. It may be that rates haven't been high enough, long enough, he says, apparently. Yeah, and then later we got Goolsby, Barr, Parker, and Logan. They're all speaking. Yeah, the Fed already met. Bring back the Pikachu hat. We need 1,000 likes. Shout out to Shaukat Ali. Shout out to Dread Mining. This technically is Synthwave. It says Synthwave. We got back into the volume range. They had a brawl going on at the speech. I'm gonna have to look into that. So there were protesters. Is that what happened? Were there protesters or something? They shut down something? Why would we make another high when we already CDW from 29K on Bitcoin? Singularity XX, because I don't like the way we made that high. I think we could retrace and see Coinbase take the high as well. Shout out to CryptoFace. Alright, shout out to Divine Hood. He posted a good summary of what Powell said in the Discord. Divine Hood, could you like send me a DM of the post? Yeah, Dread Mining, as long as it's copyright free, bro. I'm down. Alright, shout out to Pub O Kaism. $36,000 Bitcoin, then retrace. Yeah, that's totally possible. The macro 382. Oh, there were climate protesters that interrupted Jerome Powell. Interesting. Interesting. That's so interesting. Those good old climate protesters. Chirpow is a liar. I mean, his job basically is just to talk lots of words without anything of substance. I feel bad for the guy, you know? I've been in situations where I had to BS things too, in front of people. And you just kind of awkwardly go through it, you know? You can tell by his body language he's super uncomfortable. I don't blame him. I feel bad for the guy. Alright, I want to be looking at the S&P right now. Let's take a look at the ES again quickly here. I'd say ES doesn't look so bad for another low into the golden pocket here. How's the dollar doing? Dollar's pumping, man. Dollar actually got a CDW as well. Let's see when we hit this golden pocket. Shout out to Crichton C. Powell could fix the climate with more hikes because that's how climate works. I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. 28,340 on the corn. 28,340. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where my next TP is 28,400 on the golden pocket support resistance flip. If we get that, I don't know. We might not. Like, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see how the ES does here, because I'm really want to see this. Let's go to the 6 minute. Ew. 6 minute, not looking so good. Let's mark out our 6 Juanita. This is the 618. And this is the CDW. Let's see if we can't get another little scalperoni and queso on this baby. Right now, it's not looking the best. Let's go to the 1 minute. What are you wearing on your feet on a treadmill coming from a man with foot problems? Just some shoes, man. My father-in-law, you know, got some nice shoes one time. And I said to myself, hey man, I like those shoes. And I bought the same ones. So also though I work my feet out a lot, I usually don't wear shoes. I like to do a lot of work with no shoes. And I do specific exercises for my feet to strengthen my feet. So I recommend if you have foot problems, you do exercise to strengthen your foot muscles. Because everything goes back to your feet. If your feet are messed up, you're gonna have back problems, knee problems, hip problems, shoulder problems. I mean, it's crazy. The foundation of everything is the foot. You know? The foundation of everything is the foot. Alright, so we don't really see those 1 minute bullish divs that we wanted to see here. We're starting to get a big BitBoy green dot. 12 minute could be good. Would love to hit the 6 Juanita. Wearing anything below the waist? Yeah, I'm wearing 100% organic cotton boxers. Yeah. What types of workout do you do for your feet? You can do like suitcase carries where you stand on one foot. You can do like chaotic suitcase marches. You can do like lots of different balancing things where you stand on one foot and you like move things around with your other foot. You can do single leg deadlifts and stuff like that, you know. All right, so we have not reclaimed this level here, which means no CDW of the low. We have not tapped into the 618. Money flow is getting higher here. Some slight divergences. This is the 5 minute. Let's check out our 2. I mean, honestly, if we get any kind of low time frame div here, we could scalp it because look at the 24 minute. It looks bullish. Look at the 12 minute. Also looks bullish here. Money flow also agreeing. So, let's see. And then if we don't see anything there, we would wait for a CDW at 42.99. How's the dollar? Dollar's pumping, man. So dollar looks actually pretty bullish right now. That might keep me out of any kind of long scalp. Look at the dollar looking bullish. That's wild, man. Bitcoin holding its own. You could take poo-poo while trading. I do oftentimes, Jeff. We were just talking about that the other day, where your legs fall asleep on the toilet. What's my maximum squat? Only 455. I don't have a very strong squat. Can we take a look at Matic? Read the chats, hombre. I'm sitting here reading the chats, hombre. Yeah, some pig titties, right? That's what we need for some kind of an SPX. All right, Bitcoin 3-minute scalp. Shout out to Splashfire Films. Inflation is back up already. The dollar's confetti. Mom's spaghetti. Bitcoin is retesting 28.8. All right, let's check out Loom. Let's take a quick check on Loom, because Loom has been doing crazy stuff. All right, yeah, we did get some divs on Loom, some bullish divs that played out. This is the 3-minute here. Loom, honestly, we were looking at this saying, I don't know what the heck. I really don't know what the heck to think about this. I still wouldn't be looking for a trade here unless we took out this low. Honestly. We do have 4-hour divergence here. So here's what I would say. I would wait this thing out, honestly. I would wait it out. I would wait it out. Wait for some kind of range to form. If we can form any kind of range, that's where we can look for a trade. So, like, this is a bad example, but no, it's actually not a bad example. We did have some sort of range here. Okay, we had a sideways range. We put in a high. We put in our first lower low. Then we got the retest into the value area high. That could make for the short. So we just wait for something similar at the bottom, right? Wait for some kind of range, some kind of structure to form to give us some kind of launching pad, right? I would be targeting down a little bit lower to this box. If we see market Cipher B basically continuing, looking like this, let's say we come down to our area, right? We start to form some kind of range, right? Maybe we get a CDW. Something that gives us like an entry, a clearly defined entry. That's what I would be looking for on Loom. All right, the ES in that golden pocket right now. Let's see if we dump or reclaim. This is the 618. So let's see if we reclaim the 618. Reclaim candle close above 618, in my opinion, would look nice. But we gotta wait for it because dollar's pumping and this is free flow dumping. Yeah, look at the dollar. Wow, look at the dollar, man. Let's watch and see if the dollar like gets a little resistance here. Like maybe the dollar will Nah, it doesn't even look like it. No bearish divs here. No bearish divs. How's Bitcoin? Pumping. And so is, well, it's not really pumping, but it's not dumping. Why is Bitcoin pumping? Well, I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. All right, I will give you the scientific answer here. All right, here's the dollar. Let's see if the dollar loses this level. The scientific answer as to why Bitcoin is pumping right now is because we came down to the value area low of the range, okay, with bullish divergences. We came down to the value area low of the range with bullish divergences last night, right here, okay, right down here. Then what happened? We got to move up to the top of the range with no bearish divergences on the higher time frames, only on the lower. We got to move down to the VWAP, which now gave us a bounce. That's why Bitcoin is pumping right now. We came down to macro support with bullish divs. We came to macro, well, we came to local support with bullish divs. We came to local resistance with not too many bearish divs. And then we came down to support. And we are still, guys, have not changed into bearish market structure in the sense that this trend line is still being respected. All right. Right, ES not reclaiming the 6 Juanito. We still have the 0.65 down here, and then a liquidity grab lower. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, looks like we got some a little reaction here at the 6 Juanita. A little 618 Fibonacci action going on. We need to reclaim it, right? We got to reclaim it. Right now it's resistance. See if we can't close some candles above it. You know? Let's see if we cannot close a few candles above it. Tino says when we pump with the dollar, we come down first. All right, shout out to Tino from Traders Reality, man. In dollar we trust. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Tino from Traders Reality. Shout out to SS. I got SS back on the treadmill. Man, you can't go wrong with the treadmill, guys. I absolutely love the treadmill, man. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Just makes life so much more enjoyable. You sleep better. You have more energy, more mental focus. You know, humans weren't meant to sit all day. We were meant to work all day. We were meant to work outside all day. And walking is so easy on your central nervous system. 2.5 miles per hour, nice and chill. You know? That's how we're meant to live. The day's over, you feel good. You feel like you got a hard day's work. You get to sit down to a nice meal, and it tastes so good because your body actually needs the food. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to basketballs. How does Casper USD look now? Yeah, let's check it out. Let's check out Cas. I do just kind of want to watch this ES right now. I just want to watch what happens here. So we didn't bounce from the 618. We were rejecting from it right now, but I want to watch and see because it looks like we kind of want to push back up here, right? So let's see if we can't do something, some kind of thing. All right, let's see if we can't do some kind of thing here. Because honestly, the 12-minute it's technically still kind of nice looking here, and we're at a golden pocket, you know, we're at a GP. All right, let's take a look at Casper. How's she looking? She's ranging on the 24-minute. Man, I would love for Casper still to come into that golden pocket at 048855. Yeah, I would really enjoy that, honestly. I would like that. That would give us really nice bearish divergences on the 4-hour. Yeah, that's I really like that, guys. I still like this idea on CAS. If we can do it. Look, we might not do it. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Alright, we've already got some bearish divs here, but not on the money flow. I would really like one more big push up. That's what I would like. That looks like just such a beautiful setup. Right? And we never know if we're going to get the setups. But I like to look for those juicy ones, you know? I like to look for the juice. I like to look for the juice. Alright, looks like SPX still in the golden pocket here. Chopping around. Chopping around in the golden pocket. Money flow coming out in the 1 minute. No signs of strength yet. Is Tino in here, man? People keep calling out Tino. Shout out to Raza. Shout out to Raza. My thoughts on cross leverage versus isolated. I prefer isolated because I prefer isolated, man. I'd rather isolate a small amount of my capital and know what I'm gonna risk than use cross. I understand why people use cross. If you're true to your stop losses, it does not matter. I like isolated. It's just mostly a psychological thing for me. Alright, how's Bitcoin doing? She hasn't done much this entire time. I was hoping, when I first did the stream, I thought JP was going to be doing his thing. But it turns out, nah. Alright. Turns out, nah. It's weird how Frankie sniffs his wife's hand. Hey, man. When you're married, sometimes you do some weird things, alright? You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, people are looking at Solana. Take a look at Sol. Wow, look at Sol. We were looking for a potential lower high. The Sol is pumping like a wild woman in distress, running through the wilderness with a laundry basket on her head, looking strangely like Janet Yellen. Bearish div on the 4 so far. Let's check out the 1. Bearish div on the 1. Let's check out the 24. Bearish divs on the 24. Money flow coming out. Man, like, we've got some bearish divs on this thing. Not quite, actually, on the 12. Let's see if we have any macro levels above. Oh, man. Oh, man, this looks nice, actually. For like a short, actually. I ain't gonna lie. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh man, but the golden pocket just above. Dang. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Alright. All right, so we actually did snag some liquidity from here just now. Look at that. A liquidity grab of those highs. We stopped out all these guys. So, and on the 24-minute, we've got money flow coming out. Not quite a divergence. So I would be looking for the following things. Like if I was looking for a trade on this right now, let's go to a lower time frame. Do we have any kind of break? A structure? Not even really. Not even really. It's tough. This is tough right here because of this sloppy move to the upside today after bouncing from VWAP. Man, that was sloppy. So ideally, guys, an ideal scenario would be this. Another move up to golden pocket with continued bearish money flow momentum on the 12-minute. That would be ideal. Less than ideal. Another option would be something like this, where basically we get that tap with the bear divs, and then we get a retest into the golden pocket after changing market structure. But personally, the way I trade is I would take that first golden pocket tap. I would take the tap, the first GPT. I would take that first golden pocket tap if we got more bearish divs. It's so hard to say right now. Like, this looks good. I mean, if you had caught this in the moment, good on you, because that was a nice short. But right now, the only other opportunity I would see is this coming into the local GP, right? So something like this with a trigger wave. If you want to be super aggressive, right? If you want to be super aggressive, stop above here. That's an aggressive entry. But yeah, we're coming up to very key supports on this thing. I'm sorry, resistances. Specifically that Fibonacci golden pocket. Man, that golden pocket does look pretty nice, huh? Wow, look at that. ES back tested the 618 again. Man, that is not looking good. That is not looking good for a bounce here, at least. And money flow coming out in the 1 minute as well. It's not looking good for a bounce here, I'll say that. So I would be looking down either toward the 0.65 or toward that CDW. Unless we can reclaim that 618. And if we do reclaim it, we've got a nice support resistance flip. Alright, coming to the 6.5, baby. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're coming lower based on market Cipher. 12-minute no longer giving a local div, but more of a macro div. Okay, wow. Bam. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. A big wick to the upside. So let's see what happens here. Maybe we get some kind of local thing going on. Some kind of local thing. Oh, right, Trading Wars is on. That's right, Trading Wars is on. Shout out to Trading Wars. I think CryptoFace is on Trading Wars, right? Shout out to CryptoFace. All right, we've got a candle close above the 6 Juanita, baby. We've got a candle close above the 6 Juanita, baby. Look at that. What Reaction. Let's see if we hit 43.25. 43.25. Let's see if we can't hit 43.25. Should we check out crude oil? Blessings in Yeshua's name. Our high school crush, the 6 Juanita. Alright, this is like the moment of truth here. This is the moment of truth here. Would that be the first time 618 is not rejecting you? Maybe. What's Trading Wars? It's a show on the Debate Crypto channel where people have an hour to enter into a trade, and we have 2 teams. So it's me and Evan Aldo and Magic Internet Money and Gareth Salloway and dang, now I'm drawing a blank. We're on one team, and then Ben Armstrong, Crypto Face on another team, and whatever team has the best P&L at the end of 4 weeks wins. What platform do I use to trade SPX? BingX. 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 When is my video with Hyper dropping? Tonight, man. Actually, I'm gonna do it next week. I'll do it next week, guys, because I'm going away with my wife next week, so I'm definitely not going to be streaming next week. I'm going on a baby moon with my wife. We're having a baby in April, and so we booked a little getaway for a few days so we can enjoy life before we spend 6 months not sleeping. You know what I'm saying? You know? All right, this is the moment for SPX here, because we got that move. We got that move above the 618 with the candle close, high or low. This literally is the moment here to see if this is our bottom. Shout out to Big Butts 28. How are the fees for SPX? They kind of suck, man, honestly. But no, it's the same as like any old, like you're using your tether. You're using your tether for margin here. So the fees aren't so bad. They're not so bad. They don't cut into your profits, especially if you limit out. Alright, DXY is going down a bit. I don't sleep anyway with the midnight trading. Well, you know what? I gave that up, James Palmer. I gave up the midnight trading. Because it was ruining my health, honestly. It really was. It was ruining my health. Alright, we need another higher high here. Alright, we closed the candle above the 618. We came down for that higher low. We need that higher high. Come on, baby. And if not, well, it's a bust. It's a bust. Yeah, this is the third kid. The third kid. Yeah, what is sleep? Asked J-Boy Bullish. He also has a young one, right? What is sleep? We don't know. How do you limit out on BingX? You have to set a TP order. So you go to take profit, set a partial take profit. All right. You set a partial take profit. All right, so we could say that maybe this would be a good place to target now, up toward this area here, then continue up. If we're going to continue up here, I'd say based on our 12-minute, it actually does look pretty good. All right, so let's see. 24-minute. Honestly, it looks kind of good, guys. Also, this is a support resistance flip right here that we got to be aware of. But I'd shoot for a little higher. What chart do I use for Bing and SPX? I just use the ES chart, and then if you're trying to set TPs, then you have to use the index. So if you're looking to set a TP, you use the index. I like the ES chart better than the index chart because it gives better signals, in my opinion. Like, Market Cipher gives better signals. And obviously they move together, so it's like, you know? You know? Yeah, you know. You know. SPX 500 cash. I don't know what that is either, man. But it doesn't even matter, right? As long as it moves. That's what. Should I dry myself? Am I a little sweaty? At what price do we get some pump music? Man, if SPX comes above this yellow line, I will do the pump song. If we come above that yellow line, we will do the pump song.
Can we do partial closes in this platform?
Of course you can.
Keeper? Okay, cool.
Yes.
And how do you do that?
Yeah, so this is Trading Wars.
If you have $1,000 trade and you want to
Crypto
take out
Lifers
$1,
trading.
you type $1. So don't
Gotcha.
overcomplicate it. Just type in the number that you want to enter.
Gotcha. Opposite and do the opposite. Gotcha.
I'm raising the leverage.
Lifer got out of that long a little too quick.
Look at Magic talking shit. Change the name of the show to Boomer Trading Wars.
Yeah, really.
Nice. All right, it's 3:07. Do you know where your children are? All right, ES holding the 618. If we reclaim the yellow line, we could do the pump song, baby. Do the pump song, baby. Pump song, baby. Do the pump song, baby. Yeah, we do the pump song, baby. You forming a dumps rap or metal song yet? We might need one here. Yeah, I know, right? I need a dump rap or a metal song. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, we do. The daily S&P looking bad. Yeah, it's not looking so great here, is it? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Unless we hold this level on the S&P, it's looking bad. All right, this really is make it or break it. All right, because hang on, let's put this stuff in a folder here. This literally is because of the whole hypothesis that I had about the fake out and then a new high, right? We retested value area low. Right here, we got a bullish break, bullish retest, but now this, right? So, this is the zone that if we don't hold, we're going down, man. So this is a last hope resort. Honestly, this is literally a last hope. It's a last hope right now. This is really our last hope. So, we're looking at this golden pocket here, saying to ourselves, it's now or never. And it's looking like never based on the money flow. But who knows, man? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Come on, baby. How's Bitcoin doing, actually? It's literally kind of the same here. Shout out to Tall Guy. Hey, Jayson, I'm water fasting for about 4 days. What's your input? I mean, I hear it's really good for you to do that every now and again, so yeah. That's my input. It's good. I've never done it more than 48 hours, to be honest with you. I've done extended fasting, but I've done things like the Master Cleanse, where you drink the lemon juice and the cayenne pepper. That's about the most extreme fasting I've ever done. Come on, SPX. It's not looking so good on the 6-minute anymore. Come on, 12-minute. Come on, 24-minute. Give us what we're looking for. Shout out to BG. He says fasting is best. It keeps you younger. Don't forget to be close to a restroom at all times so you can pee. Any advice for keeping the money you make from trading? Yeah, withdraw your profits. Withdraw your profits. Well, guys. It's not looking so good. Thought that 1 minute green dot was going to give us a little pump, but it's looking like it's giving us a little dump. Dang. Lemon and cayenne. It is super healthy, lemon and cayenne. If price goes back to my entry, am I exiting the trade? Nah. If this puts in a lower low and we don't hold the 0.65, I'm just gonna close both of these things. Just gonna close both. If you take prof and price dumps, if you take profits and price dumps, do you buy more of the asset cheaper? All right, I'm closing this thing out. All right, this is our new low here. If this low is not held, I'm gonna close both. Let's go, baby. Come on, this is the make it or break it. 42.75. Come on, baby. Come on. It's not looking good at all. It's looking bad. Bitcoin pumping a bit. All right, let's see if AES can pump as well here. Let's check out Bitcoin real quick. Come on, Bitcoin. Did the dollar top out? I don't know. We have to check it out. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't look very bearish. No, it doesn't look very bearish on the 5-minute. I mean, if we're talking like higher time frames, no, we're just kind of ranging here. Is this a top? We would need to lose. We really need to lose and come back down into this range here, right? So it could be. It looks very like bear divvy on like the 5-hour. All right, ES. Come on, baby. Come on. If I take this loss, I'm just going to close out both positions because I'm not trying to lose anything today. I've already had some juicy scalps the past few days, so I'm really just trying to keep this account going here. So I took a Bitcoin scalp and an S&P scalp today for about $700 profit. So let's see if we can't get a little something more here. If we don't, I'm going to close both of these out. It'll probably end up being about a break even. If this thing gets stopped out at like a $400 loss, this thing will get stopped out like a $400 win. It'll be about a break even. Shout out to Brock Landers. S&P is falling from a massive rising channel. Dang, man, don't tell me that. I'm trying to long it. Where do you get your background music? I just go to YouTube and I search synthwave. Here, let me show you. This is this is what it is. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. Respect for showing the loss. Hey! This ain't a loss yet, baby. This ain't a loss yet. Looks like it's gonna be one, though. Shout out to Mike Romero. What platform do I use for trading SPS and other stocks? BingX, man. BingX. Link in the description, man. Link in the description. Alright, we either need to pump or dump. Come on. I'm tired of this. We either need to get stopped out or pump, baby. All right, Bitcoin. Let's check out the order flow on Bitcoin. Nothing really to say about it besides actually potentially bearish divergence. Potential bearish div on Bitcoin here. Especially if we come up to the golden pocket. This is gonna get stopped out, and then I'm just gonna close my positions here. And come back fresh next week. Alright, let's see. Look, the Bitcoin short still open. Alright, stop loss just above 786. Already realized a nice profit on it, so let's see what happens. Bitcoin long still open. Also in a few Bitcoin longs as well. So let's see what happens if we pump. If we don't reject from this zone, then it's probable we see a higher Bitcoin price. And then these are basically my targets. All right, baby. All right. Yeah, different exchanges have different CBD. I use the ByBit CBD. It's the only one that really works. For Bitcoin, at least. That's a good plan, David. I would say. That's a good plan. Okay, shout out to J-Boy Bullish. He never shorted gold yet. Alright, cool, man. Cool, cool. Aggregated CBD. I'm not a fan of aggregated, to be honest. I prefer the ByBit. Helps me stay focused. Alright, come on, SPX, do something, man, because I got stuff to do. I can't just chill on here all day and all night. Alrighty. Now we pump, right? But that's okay. I'm done. I'm done. Alright, not bad. The past few days, my trades on BingX, just scalping the corn, baby. In profit. For the week, not bad. Not bad. I'll take it, you know? I'll come back next week fresh. I've already made my money. I'm out, baby. I'm out. Bitcoin at almost at local GP. I know, right? So let's take a look and see what's gonna do. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got the stop loss for the short just above the 786. I shouldn't be showing you guys this because, right, people are going to stop hunt me. But 0.004 Bitcoin loss. I've already made 0.025, so I'll make a 0.021 Bitcoin even if I get stopped out. And we are looking for basically potentially rejection from this zone here. Is there another FOMC meeting? I don't even know. I don't even know. Let's check out forexfactory.com. Yeah, so at 5:30, Harker speaks. Alright, whatever that means. I don't know what a Harker is. Hearken unto my words. Hearken unto my words, ye simple-hearted. Yeah, I'm over not being on ByBit, J-Boy Bush. I'm over it, man. I feel at home on MEXC. Give me a market in, market out, baby. Scalping on the market orders. I was scalping on MEXC earlier this morning. Marketing in, marketing out. It's really nice. Can't do that on ByBit unless you're super VIP, and even if you're super VIP, you can't do it. PHEMEX is not in my description. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll get it for you. I'll post it in the chat. There you go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bitcoin get another push up higher. Do we have a giveaway? Unfortunately, no. We need 1,257 likes. But shout out to the tall guy. Alright guys, I'm going to head out. God bless you all in Jesus' name. Even if you're not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. May the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. And I'll see everybody in the next one. So peace, guys.